There is a magnificent truth that quietly waits within each of us. Beneath the noise of our thoughts, the rise and fall of emotion, and the ever-changing story we call our life, there exists something eternal, a stillness, a brilliance. It is the light of the soul, a divine spark of consciousness that has always been here, simply waiting to be remembered. There is a mysterious elegance to our existence that science is only beginning to glimpse, what spiritual wisdom has long known. Quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where particles become interconnected beyond space and time, mirrors the truth of who we are: spirit, soul, and body, woven together across dimensions. The soul is not floating somewhere out there. It is intimately bound with the body, entangled in such a way that each thought, each breath, each heartbeat carries the pulse of the divine. This sacred entanglement means your physical experience is not separate from your spiritual essence. It is the very place where the divine expresses itself in form. We are not just made of matter, we are made of light. At the atomic level, your body is a tapestry of electromagnetic waves, vibrating at unique frequencies, resonating with the same energy patterns found in stars, trees, and sacred geometry. Every cell holds the memory of creation itself. As Wallace Wattles might say, this thinking stuff isn't just around us, it is us. The body becomes the living interface of the soul, allowing spirit to touch, taste, and transform this world. When we begin to see ourselves this way, not as separate beings, but as luminous participants in an interconnected field, we step into the wonder of our true identity. From the moment we arrive on this earth, we are handed an identity. We are given a name, a culture, and a story. These constructs shape our perceptions, and slowly we begin to believe that we are the body, we are the mind, and we are the story. This is the beginning of the soul's journey, a forgetting, so that we may rediscover. It is through this journey that the higher self begins to whisper. The ego, often misunderstood, is not the villain of this story. Spiritually speaking, it is a tool for survival, born from the necessity to navigate a world of duality. As Thomas Troward wrote, the spirit is life, the mind is the functioning medium. The ego builds walls of protection, identities, roles, defense mechanisms, not because it is flawed, but because it was never meant to lead, only to serve. But something within us begins to stir. A moment, a loss, a flash of insight. Suddenly, the surface life no longer satisfies. This is the invitation, the awakening. We begin to feel a longing for something more, not externally, but from within. And this longing is the voice of the higher self calling us home. As Wallace Wattles affirmed, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. This stuff is consciousness, and it flows through us just as it flows through the stars, the tides, the golden spiral of a sunflower. The divine geometry we see in nature is not separate from us. It is the very blueprint of our being. In every breath, we are participating in this sacred design. We are energetic beings, suspended in a field of ever-changing frequencies. The soul's journey is not upward in a linear sense, but expansive, like light reaching in all directions. Growth, then, is not about adding more to ourselves, but dissolving the illusions that cloud the truth of who we already are. As Frithjof Schuon wrote, "To be oneself is to be the absolute under the veil of relativity." The ego clings to certainty, identity, and the familiar. But the soul thrives in the unknown. It dances in the mystery, guided not by fear, but by deep inner knowing. The higher consciousness within us does not speak in volume. It speaks in presence. It is the gentle nudge, the intuition, the peace that has no reason. Neville Goddard taught that imagination is the doorway to creation. When we shift our inner state, our assumptions, our self-image, we shift our reality. But to do this, we must awaken to the truth that we are not powerless observers of life, but divine participants. The I am is not a statement of ego, but a sacred claim of origin. In this way, suffering becomes a teacher, not a punishment. Every wound becomes a portal, every breakdown a breakthrough. Life, in all its seeming chaos, is conspiring for our remembrance. Baltasar Gracian reminds us, know how to ask. The wise remain silent until the right moment. In silence, we access wisdom. In stillness, we meet the soul. The more we grow in awareness, the more we recognize the ego's patterns and gently release them, not by force, but by understanding. Each layer we peel back brings us closer to the essence that was never absent, only obscured. This is the rebirth of the self, not a new self, but the original one, fully remembered. We begin to live in alignment with the rhythm of the universe. We learn to trust what is unseen, to listen inwardly, and to act from a place of clarity rather than reaction. The body and mind become instruments of the soul, rather than identities in themselves. This is true expansion, to embody spirit fully, here and now. And still, the journey continues. Awakening is not a destination, but a constant unfolding. It is a deepening into truth, a softening into presence, and a surrender to love. The more we awaken, the more we see ourselves in others, in nature, in all of life. We move from separation to unity, from survival to serenity. You are not here by accident. Your being, your presence, your very breath is a miracle in motion. The divine is not something to attain. It is something to reveal. And you, in all your complexity, are worthy of that revelation. The higher self is not far away. It is you. It has always been you. Thank you for joining me today on Wise Intuition. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps this community grow and allows more souls to hear the call of their own magnificence. Until next time, stay open, stay present, and remember, you are so much more than you think.